The beloved 1960s sitcom presents the funny misadventures of seven castaways stranded on a remote tropical island after a 3-hour tour gone wrong. While the show captivates with its lighthearted humor and memorable characters, there are subtle details that often slip under the radar. Beyond the antics of Gilligan and his friends, the series contains surprising bloopers and behind-the-scenes secrets that may astonish even the most dedicated fans. As we delve into the lesser-known moments, intriguing revelations, and unexpected discoveries, it becomes clear that this classic sitcom holds a treasure trove of hidden gems waiting to be uncovered. The giant blooper in one particular scene is just one example of the delightful surprises that lie beneath the surface, revealing the charm that keeps audiences entertained even decades later. Through careful planning, the creators of Gilligan's Island took viewers on an adventure filled with humor and charm, blending real-life locations with imaginative studio sets. The harbor of Newport Beach, California, provided the picturesque backdrop for the Minnows' departure. This real location added authenticity to the show's opening scenes, giving audiences a sense of the characters embarking on a sea voyage. Additionally, the production team found a unique place called Gilligan's Cave in Corona del Mar, which became an exciting element for many of the island's escapades. The show cleverly utilized this real cave to enhance storylines and set the stage for various antics. However, most of the iconic island landscape that fans vividly remember was a creation of the studio. The lush greenery, sandy beaches, and palm trees, which became synonymous with the show, were all constructed within a studio set. The combination of these real and studio-crafted environments created a convincing island world that captured the imaginations of viewers and allowed the characters' humorous trials and tribulations to shine through in every episode. The balancing act between real locations and studio designs contributed to the show's unique charm and lasting popularity. The iconic lagoon was specially constructed on the CBS lot in Studio City, California, after initial filming attempts in Malibu were hindered by fog. This move allowed the show to maintain a consistent look for its setting. However, filming in this artificial lagoon was not without its challenges. Logistical issues arose from traffic noise coming from a nearby freeway, often affecting the sound quality of the show's dialogue. Additionally, the water in the lagoon was uncomfortably cold, especially during the winter months. To cope with these low temperatures, Bob Denver, who played the beloved character Gilligan, wore a hidden wetsuit under his clothing. This clever solution helped him stay warm while remaining in character for the show. The lagoon became a unique and memorable aspect of the series, contributing to its charm and allowing the cast to explore the island theme without the unpredictability of natural surroundings. Ultimately, the constructed lagoon served as a backdrop for countless adventures of the castaways and became part of the show's legacy. Amid the humorous escapades of the sitcom, the cast encountered a variety of real-life challenges while filming Gilligan's Island. For instance, Bob Denver faced an unexpected danger one day when he had a close encounter with a man-eating lion. The story resonated with the crew and added an element of suspense to their otherwise light-hearted environment. Additionally, Alan Hale Jr., who played the skipper, faced his own peril when he suffered a broken arm after falling from a coconut tree. Rather than stopping production for his injury, he cleverly concealed the pain and continued to film, showcasing a strong commitment to his role and the show. Such incidents, while dangerous, contributed to the lore of Gilligan's Island. They revealed how dedicated the actors were to delivering entertaining performances without disruption, regardless of the personal risks they faced during production. This blend of scripted comedy and unscripted danger created a unique atmosphere that defined the series over its course. Ginger Grant faced significant challenges during and after her time on Gilligan's Island. Tina Louise, who portrayed the character, found herself typecast as a sex symbol due to her glamorous role on the show. This stereotype followed her, making it difficult for her to be seen as a versatile actress. As a result, when the opportunity came to return for the TV movie Rescue from Gilligan's Island, she chose not to reprise her role. Her decision opened the door for multiple actresses to take on the character of Ginger Grant in different adaptations, showcasing how the original portrayal both defined and constrained the character's future. While Louise had hoped for a broader acting career, the iconic role ultimately left a lasting legacy. This situation highlights the complexities actors can face when cast in roles that overshadow their full range of talent. Moreover, Ginger's character represented a blend of charm and wit that resonated with audiences, leading to her continued presence in the Gilligan's Island franchise even after Louise stepped away. Marianne began her journey on Gilligan's Island as a character, initially designed to be a secretary named Bunny. The creative decision to develop her into Marianne showcased a shift in character depth and personality. Dawn Wells, the actress who embodied Marianne, effectively negotiated a unique contract that ensured continued financial benefits from her role. This foresight proved beneficial, as it allowed her to secure some level of financial stability in a competitive industry. Throughout her time on the show, Marianne became a beloved character, known for her sweet demeanor and resourceful nature. As the series progressed, viewers witnessed her evolution, understanding her struggles and strengths alongside the other castaways. Despite the show's lighthearted premise, Wells faced personal financial challenges later in life. However, her dedicated fans rallied around her, offering support during tough times. This bond between Wells and her audience highlighted the connection that can form between actors and viewers, creating a lasting legacy for Marianne's character. In the classic TV series Gilligan's Island, the character Marianne was brought to life by actress Dawn Wells, whose charm and kindness resonated with viewers. However, her singing voice was often dubbed over by the talented Jackie DeShannon. This decision stemmed from the fact that Wells sang slightly off-key, a reality only acknowledged in one specific episode during the show's third season, where her natural voice was showcased. Despite this adjustment, Dawn Wells' portrayal of Marianne evolved beyond the confines of a typical secretary role. She became an iconic character, representing innocence and resourcefulness on the deserted island alongside the other castaways. The impact of her character left a lasting imprint on popular culture, and her performance is remembered fondly by fans of all ages. In December 2020, the world mourned the loss of Dawn Wells at the age of 82, yet her legacy lives on through the character of Marianne, who remains a beloved symbol of friendship and hope amid adversity. In exploring Natalie Schafer's real-life parallels to her character Lovey Howell in the classic television series Gilligan's Island, it's fascinating to note that Schafer was a real millionaire. Her wealth provided a layer of authenticity to the posh and glamorous portrayal of Lovey, the character known for her elegant outfits and aristocratic demeanor. Moreover, Schafer was not just the embodiment of luxury. She took an active role in her craft and performed her own stunts on the show, showcasing her commitment to the role and bringing depth to her character. This dedication to her work reflected her passion for acting and performance. Outside of her professional life, her generosity shone through when she decided to leave a significant portion of her fortune to her co-star Dawn Wells, who played Marianne. This act of kindness illustrated not only friendship, but also a deep sense of loyalty and support within the cast. Additionally, she contributed to the Motion Picture and Television Fund Hospital, highlighting a commitment to supporting her peers in the industry. Schafer's life resonated with themes of wealth, generosity, and dedication, making her a nuanced figure whose off-screen actions paralleled her on-screen persona in surprising ways. In the early stages of casting for Gilligan's Island, several notable actors were considered for various roles. Jerry Van Dyke was among those thought for the character of Gilligan, showcasing his comedic talent, but the role ultimately went to Bob Denver. Meanwhile, Raquel Welch was in the mix as a possibility for a more glamorous character, fitting the show's tropical theme and appealing to the audience's love for drama and allure, but she never stepped into the role. Jayne Mansfield's name also surfaced in casting discussions, as her star power could have drawn significant attention to the show if she had taken part. Despite these interesting alternatives, the final actors who took on the roles created an extraordinary chemistry that became iconic. Each cast member brought unique qualities, crafting memorable personas that resonated with viewers. The charm and humor they shared contributed to a timeless legacy that keeps fans entertained and coming back for more. The series, with its distinctive characters and quirky adventures, is cherished even today, demonstrating the lasting impact of that original cast. Fans propose various theories about Gilligan's Island over the years. One popular belief is that the characters were actually in purgatory, representing the 7 deadly sins. However, this idea was debunked when the characters escaped their island in the reunion movie, which provided a different narrative. The original series, which aired for 3 seasons, ended abruptly, leaving many plot threads unresolved. The connection between the characters and their personalities seemed to feed into fans' wild imaginations. While the show was known for its light-hearted comedy and quirky situations, these theories added depth that viewers enjoyed exploring. Following the show's cancellation, the story was picked up by a made-for-TV movie titled Rescue from Gilligan's Island. This movie offered closure by showing how the characters finally escaped their predicament. It was later followed by a sequel, Castaways on Gilligan's Island, which continued to engage fans and explore the characters' lives after leaving the island. The show became a cultural touchstone, showcasing the unique fashion trends of the 1960s. Bright colors, bold patterns, and distinctive styles were present on characters, making their outfits memorable. The use of a laugh track made the comedy even more engaging, inviting audiences to share in the humor. Characters like the Howells epitomize wealth and excess, representing a lifestyle that felt both glamorous and unattainable. Their dynamic added depth to the series, contrasting sharply with the more relatable struggles of the other cast members. The skipper's background and leadership role brought authenticity to the group, grounding the story in elements of real-life dynamics. The show's premise emerged from a simple idea sparked in Sherwood Schwartz's public speaking class at New York University. This creative origin story contributed to the unique charm of the series, as it combined humor with social commentary. With its memorable characters and situational comedy, the series remains a significant part of television history, inspiring countless discussions in classrooms. Plans for a fourth movie involving a post-apocalyptic world, where Gilligan and Marianne have a child, were scrapped, yet it piqued the interest of many fans who imagined the storyline and its unique possibilities. The creative mind behind the series, Sherwood Schwartz, had ambitions that went beyond simple comedy. He envisioned Gilligan's Island as a form of political satire, reflecting on the nature of society. This concept of unity amid adversity is portrayed through the castaways who come from different backgrounds, yet work together to survive their predicament. The filming of the pilot took place during a turbulent time in American history, coinciding with the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. This event created a backdrop that intertwined the art of the show with the societal issues of the day. The characters' interactions and struggles mirrored real-life tensions, suggesting deeper themes wrapped in humor and entertainment. The audience, while enjoying the light-hearted escapades of the characters, could also find subtle commentary on the world around them. The potential of a post-apocalyptic narrative with Gilligan and Marianne raising a child further explored themes of resilience and community. Fans often reflect on how such a storyline would have blended humor with serious topics, showcasing the show's relevance even decades later. Bloopers from Gilligan's Island added a special charm to the series that captured the attention of fans. One moment that caught the eye was Bob Denver's wedding ring, which occasionally made unexpected appearances during various scenes. This small detail never failed to amuse viewers, as it highlighted the behind-the-scenes reality that contrasted with the show's storyline. The number of passengers on the SS Minnow also sparked curiosity among fans. In some episodes, the count of castaways seemed inconsistent, leading to lively discussions and speculations among viewers. Fans began to explore if these slip-ups might contain hidden messages or clues meant to engage them in a playful way. This interaction between the show and its audience helped build a strong community around it. As viewers shared their discoveries and theories, the bond between the show and its fans grew deeper. These bloopers are not merely mistakes, they serve as endearing markers of a beloved program, enhancing its nostalgic value. The legacy of Gilligan's Island, a show that premiered in the 1960s, continues to be a topic of lively discussion among its fans and critics. Its charm lies in its portrayal of a group of castaways, with each character bringing a distinct personality to the ensemble. For many, the character of the skipper stands out as a beloved figure, embodying leadership and friendship amid their comedic misadventures. However, not everyone shares the same sentiment regarding the dynamic between the characters. While some viewers appreciate the lighthearted moments and character interactions, others find Gilligan himself to be a source of annoyance, suggesting that his antics overshadow the show's potential for humor. On the flip side, characters like Marianne and Mistress Howell receive mixed reviews, with some viewers finding them endearing while others feel indifferent. In contrast, there is a notable critique aimed at Ginger, one of the more glamorous characters. Some fans express that Ginger's portrayal detracts from the overall experience of the show, questioning its impact on her career. This perspective highlights differing expectations of character representation within the format of a sitcom. In terms of content, certain episodes of Gilligan's Island have garnered particular acclaim among fans. Episodes such as the one involving a haunted house and the one where Gilligan becomes invisible are frequently mentioned as highlights. These specific storylines evoke fond memories, showcasing a fascination with the absurd situations the characters find themselves in, which continue to resonate with audiences well beyond their original airings. However, a contrasting perspective posits that the show struggles to achieve genuine humor, which leads to broader criticisms of its artistic merit. Some argue that while other contemporaneous sitcoms like The Honeymooners and Get Smart still capture laughter and engage viewers, Gilligan's Island falters largely because it reflects an overly idealized social milieu of its time, rather than presenting plot-driven humor. This perspective indicates a level of disillusionment, particularly for newer audiences who may lack nostalgic ties to the show. Ultimately, Gilligan's Island invokes a broad spectrum of reactions. Some viewers find its charm irresistible, with character dynamics and particular episodes that stick in memory. Others, however, express issues related to humor and character depth. This mix of adoration and criticism reflects the enduring impact of the show, illustrating how it has both delighted audiences and raised questions about comedic value over the decades. As we wrap up our journey through the quirky and humorous world of Gilligan's Island, it's time to uncover what really happened to the beloved cast after the cameras stopped rolling. While the tropical adventures may have come to an end, the stories of how each actor transitioned from the show into their real lives are filled with surprises and unexpected twists. Did any of them find fame beyond the island? Who ventured into new careers, and what challenges did they face after wrapping up their characters? Join us as we dive into this intriguing segment, revealing the legacies of these unforgettable actors, their personal triumphs, and perhaps a few hidden struggles. Stay with us as we peel back the curtain of time and shine a light on the lives of the cast members who brought our favorite stranded characters to life. Natalie Schafer portrayed the character of Mistress Lovey Howell in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, a role that defined her for many viewers. Mistress Howell was depicted as wealthy, fashionable, and slightly aloof, yet her character had a depth that revealed vulnerability and strength. Schafer, already a seasoned actress, brought a unique blend of sophistication and humor to the role. Following the show's conclusion, she faced personal hardships, including the death of her husband, actor Louis Calhern, which left her deeply affected. Despite her success in television, she encountered challenges in her later career, often overshadowed by her iconic role. Behind the scenes, her life was not free from controversy. Schafer was rumored to have had a complicated relationship with her co-stars, and her private life was shrouded in mystery. In her final years, she remained out of the public eye, living in Los Angeles until her death in 1991. The story of Natalie Schafer reflects a complex mix of fame, loss, and resilience, leaving fans to remember her enigmatic presence. In 1964, Hans Conried portrayed Romwe Feldman in the iconic series Gilligan's Island. This character, a bumbling and misguided pilot, became memorable for his absurd antics that brought a blend of humor and tragedy to the series. Conried's performance contrasted sharply with his normally confident roles, showcasing his ability to embody characters that were both flawed and oddly charming. Conried's extensive career included work in radio, stage, and film, where he honed his craft and developed a unique comedic style that resonated across multiple platforms. After Gilligan's Island, Conried faced personal struggles, including multiple health issues that plagued him in later years. His life was marked by a haunting sense of isolation and disappointment, despite his professional successes. He had a tumultuous relationship with Hollywood, often finding himself overshadowed by younger stars and out of touch with the evolving entertainment industry. Conried passed away in 1982, leaving behind a legacy filled with both laughter and a sense of melancholy. His last known works included voice acting for various animated series, but the man behind the roles remained shrouded in mystery, embodying a complex life filled with triumph and trials. In 1964, Kurt Russell played the role of Jungle Boy in the hit TV series Gilligan's Island. His character, a wild yet charming youth, captivated viewers with a blend of innocence and adventure. This marked an early point in Russell's varied acting career, showcasing his potential and setting the stage for his future. After Gilligan's Island, Russell took on a range of roles, from action films to romances, but life outside the camera was fraught with challenges. He faced the pressure of growing up in Hollywood, with parents in the industry influencing his choices. In the late 1970s, he dealt with personal turmoil, including a tumultuous relationship with Goldie Hawn that started in 1983. Their partnership has been both passionate and complicated, characterized by intense love and public scrutiny. Additionally, Russell's father, Bing Russell, struggled with health issues in his later years, adding emotional strain to Kurt's life. As of now, Russell continues to act, with recent roles in major films showing his unwavering talent. In 2023, he starred in an acclaimed project. While his journey has had its shadows, his ability to transform personal trials into artistic expression endures. Nehemiah Persoff portrayed Pancho Hernando Gonzalez Enriquez Rodriguez in a memorable episode of Gilligan's Island, adding a complex layer to the show's otherwise comedic tone. His character was a charming and enigmatic figure, involved in a plot that blended adventure with a subtle nod to cultural elements. Persoff's strong performance brought depth to an otherwise light-hearted series, showcasing his ability to portray characters that resonate deeply, despite the overall context being comedic in nature. Born in 1919, Persoff's life was marked by significant challenges. He fled his native Jerusalem during the turmoil of World War II, and eventually settled in the United States. Struggling in the early years, he faced hardships tied to his immigrant status. As he built his acting career in the 1950s and 1960s, he often played roles that reflected the complexities of identity and survival. While he was regarded for his work in various films and television shows, including serious drama roles, darker aspects surrounded him, such as moments of personal turmoil and a complicated family life. Despite the tumult, he carved a niche in Hollywood, working with notable directors. His later years saw a shift away from acting, opting for a quieter life away from the spotlight in his later years. Nehemiah Persoff has remained a figure of interest not just for his roles, but for his incredible journey and the shadowy experiences that shaped him. Recent reports confirm that he is alive, residing in California, as the industry remembers his impactful contributions. Mike Mazurki played the role of Dog in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, a character largely known for his imposing presence and physicality, often bringing humor through mischief and antics alongside the other cast members. While the show was lighthearted, Mazurki's life outside of acting was riddled with shadows. He was a former heavyweight boxer, and his transition from the ring to acting was marked by struggles with typecasting due to his size and appearance. After Gilligan's Island, Mazurki faced challenges in finding substantial roles, often relegated to playing tough guys in various films and shows, revealing a stark contrast between his on-screen persona and his personal battles with depression. Substance abuse. His life was not without controversy. He had numerous run-ins with the law and faced public scrutiny due to his past as a prizefighter, which included incidents that hinted at a tumultuous nature. Furthermore, Mazurki dealt with personal hardships, including the loss of family members, which left deep scars. The later years of his life saw him retreat from the limelight, living quietly until his passing in 1990. As of now, there are no detailed accounts of his later life, adding to the mystery surrounding his story and leaving fans to ponder the man behind the character. Tina Louise played Ginger Grant in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, a role that painted her as a glamorous movie star stranded on an island with other castaways. Ginger became a symbol of allure and charm, captivating audiences with her wit and beauty. However, this role would typecast her, making it hard for her to escape the shadow of Ginger in subsequent years. After the show ended, Tina faced personal hardships, including struggles with the Hollywood system that often overlooked her talent in favor of her stunning looks. Tina dealt with scandals, especially during the 1970s when her romantic relationships, including a notable one with actor Les Crane, became tabloid fodder. She also experienced the tragic loss of her only daughter, which deeply affected her personal life. In later years, she ventured into theater, appearing in productions on and off Broadway, but the ghosts of her past roles lingered. Recently, Tina has maintained a low profile, with limited public appearances. The last known information indicates she is in her late 80s, still alive but mostly out of the spotlight. Larry Storch played the character Jackson Farrell in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island. This role was a notable part of his career, showcasing his talent for comedy and character work. Storch's portrayal of the scheming, yet comical, Hollywood star added a unique flavor to the show. Following Gilligan's Island, Storch continued to work steadily in television and film, featuring in shows such as F Troop, which displayed his knack for humor. Throughout his life, Storch faced various personal hardships. His career experienced ups and downs, including struggles with typecasting. Storch was married twice, with his second marriage lasting until his wife's passing in 2003, which deeply affected him. He faced financial challenges as well, as his career slowed in the late 1980s. Storch was candid about feeling isolated later in life, reflecting on the difficulty of maintaining friendships and connections in Hollywood. Last known reports indicate he continued to live a quiet life, reminiscing about his past in interviews, but staying out of the public eye. Storch passed away in July 2022 at the age of 99, leaving behind a legacy filled with both laughter and personal trials. Sterling Holloway's role as Bert in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island marked a significant chapter in his long career, though it was far from the role that defined him. His portrayal of the light-hearted and occasionally bumbling character was a contrast to the dark undertones that would later surface in his personal life. Known primarily for his distinctive voice, Holloway had a legacy that spanned decades, with notable contributions to both film and television. However, his brief appearance in Gilligan's Island was a fleeting moment in a career that veered sharply between comedic success and personal turmoil. Born in 1905, Holloway's acting career began in the 1930s, and by the time he took on the role of Bert, he had built a solid reputation in Hollywood. He appeared in numerous films, often as supporting characters or in roles that played on his unique voice. Despite his success on screen, Holloway's life was marked by personal hardship, including his struggles with alcoholism, a battle that increasingly overshadowed his professional life. His personal life, filled with fleeting romances and difficult relationships, often seemed to mirror the chaos of the characters he portrayed. The actor's later years were marred by bouts of isolation as he faded from the public eye. While many fans remember Holloway for his early TV roles, including Gilligan's Island, his struggles off-screen seemed to overshadow his acting career. Reports suggest that his financial situation grew dire as his health deteriorated, a consequence of both his alcoholism and declining work opportunities. Holloway's later years were marked by a growing reclusiveness. He lived in relative obscurity until his death in 1992, at the age of 87. Despite the hardships he endured, Holloway's legacy remains inextricably linked to the memorable, yet ultimately sad trajectory of his life. Bob Denver became an icon through his portrayal of Gilligan in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. His performance brought a unique blend of innocence and slapstick humor to a character often caught in comedic misadventures, which resonated with audiences. After the show ended, Denver faced challenges in his career, struggling to escape the shadow of Gilligan despite his attempts at various roles in theater and television. His personal life was marked by difficulties, including 2 marriages that ended in divorce, leading to periods of loneliness and financial strain. In the early 1980s, he faced scrutiny for involvement in a marijuana-growing operation, which drew criticism and tarnished his image. Additionally, Denver battled health issues like skin cancer, which made headlines toward the end of his life. Despite these challenges, he maintained a close bond with his children and dedicated time to advocacy work. Denver passed away in 2005, leaving behind a legacy that remains influential in American pop culture. Jim Backus brought to life the character of Thurston Howell in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, embodying the role of a wealthy, snobbish businessman with a distinct voice and an extravagant personality. His portrayal earned him a place in television history, yet this character stands in contrast to Backus's more turbulent life away from the screen. Behind the laughter, Backus faced significant personal challenges. He struggled with the loss of his voice due to difficulties with his vocal cords, affecting his ability to perform during his later years. Backus also battled other health issues, including a battle with Parkinson's disease, which took a toll on him physically and emotionally. Amidst his fame, Backus dealt with a scandal involving his financial troubles. In the late 1970s, he filed for bankruptcy, exposing the darker side of his glamorous Hollywood image. He faced scrutiny due to debts from unwise investments and a declining career. Backus's journey encapsulates a mix of fame, hardship, and the loss that often shadows public figures. In his final years, he retreated from the spotlight, passing away on July 3, 1989, but his legacy lives on through his iconic roles and the lessons behind the glitz. In 1964, Mel Blanc lent his voice to a parrot named Coco in the TV series Gilligan's Island. Blanc's skill in voice acting defined character roles, making Coco memorable despite the show's larger context. His work involved juggling various characters in animated series, but this role added a unique touch, blending his iconic vocal style with the whimsical nature of a parrot on a deserted island. Blanc's extensive career began in the 1930s, voicing many beloved animated characters such as Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Behind this success, his life was marked by intense struggles, notably a near-fatal car accident in 1961 that left him in critical condition, leading to surgery and a difficult recovery. He faced legal issues in the late 1970s involving allegations of racial insensitivity regarding his voice work, which cast a shadow over his legacy. Later years saw him battling health complications, including emphysema and heart issues. Mel Blanc passed away in 1989, leaving behind an indelible mark on animation, but his life remains a complex tapestry of triumphs shattered by challenges. Last known information suggests that his legacy continues as fans honor his unique contributions to voice acting. In the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, Vito Scotti portrayed Dr. Boris Balankoff, a quirky but menacing character whose schemes created tension. The role was memorable for its eccentricity, showcasing Scotti's ability to blend comedy with a hint of villainy, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. Scotti, an accomplished actor with Italian roots, was born in 1918 and found success in various television roles and films, often typecast as a foreigner. Beyond his career, Scotti faced personal difficulties, including struggles with typecasting and the challenge of remaining relevant in a changing entertainment industry. His life was marked by financial hardship, and he experienced the darker side of fame, including pressure from expectations and a lack of significant roles as he aged. Rumors surrounded his personal life, notably speculations about his relationships, but Scotti often remained private, contributing to a sense of mystery about him. In the years before his death in 1996, Scotti found solace in the arts, including painting, allowing him to express himself in ways his acting career did not. Despite facing career ups and downs, his legacy endures through the characters he brought to life, leaving an enigmatic aura that fans remember. His last days were spent away from the spotlight, marked by quiet reflection on his extensive career and the life he led. Zia Sazed Gabor played the role of Erica Tiffany Smith in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character known for her glamorous, flirtatious nature and rich socialite background. This role showcased Gabor's iconic charm and accent, solidifying her image as a stylish and alluring presence on screen. Following her appearance in the series, Gabor's career included various film roles and television appearances, often characterized by her humor and distinct persona. Despite her fame, her life encountered significant turmoil. Gabor was married multiple times, with her relationships often drawing media attention. She faced scandal regarding the nature of these marriages, particularly her tumultuous union with actor George Sanders, which ended in a messy divorce. Beyond love, tragedy struck in 2002, when she was involved in a serious car accident that left her with lasting injuries. In her later years, she battled health issues, including a major leg amputation due to infection. Zia Sazed Gabor passed away in December 2021, leaving behind a complex legacy marked by glamour and hardship. Dawn Wells gained fame as Mary Ann Summers in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. Her portrayal of the wholesome, resourceful farm girl became iconic, contrasting sharply with the other characters. Although the show was lighthearted, the aftermath of its success was marked by challenges. After Gilligan's Island ended, Wells struggled to find roles that matched her initial fame. She often appeared in made-for-TV films and guest starred in many series, but the opportunities were scarce. Her personal life faced trials, including a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce, as well as significant financial difficulties that led her to file for bankruptcy in 1998. In 2020, Wells revealed she had faced health issues, including a battle with COVID-19. Despite these hardships, she maintained a resilient spirit. In more recent years, she focused on her love for acting and reminisced about her role on Gilligan's Island, even participating in fan conventions. Dawn Wells passed away on December 30, 2020, at the age of 82 from causes related to COVID-19, leaving behind a legacy that transcended her role as Mary Ann, marked by both hardships and an enduring charm that resonated with fans. Rory Calhoun played Jonathan Kincaid in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, bringing a mix of charm and mystery to the role. Kincaid, a well-known actor in a fictional plotline, captured the attention of both characters and audiences with his suave demeanor. This role added to the mystique around Calhoun, who had a complex life off the screen. He was no stranger to hardship. His early years included a troubled childhood that led to a brief stint in juvenile detention. Despite this, he developed a passion for acting. Calhoun's career saw ups and downs, including various roles in westerns and thrillers. However, his image was marred by scandals, including a publicized tumultuous marriage to actress Lita Grey, which faced significant scrutiny. Financial hardships plagued him later, as did struggles with health issues. By the 1980s, he was somewhat forgotten by Hollywood, but he managed to stay relevant by working in low-budget films and appearing in television guest spots. As for the last known information, Rory Calhoun passed away in 1999. His legacy remains complicated, a blend of talent, personal battles, and a life lived in the shadows of fame. Alan Hale Jr. portrayed Jonas the Skipper Grumby in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, a character known for his leadership qualities and humorous attempts to keep order among the stranded castaways. The skipper embodies loyalty, often showcasing a mix of authority and affection towards his crew. Hale's portrayal created a lasting impact, positioning the character as a beloved figure in television history. After Gilligan's Island ended in 1967, Hale faced notable challenges in his career. Although he reprised his role in reunion movies, his career struggled to regain its former momentum. Off-screen, Hale faced his share of personal turmoil. He experienced financial difficulties due to the changing landscape of television and the decline of his acting opportunities. Tensions rose in his marriage, leading to a separation that marked a challenging time in his life. Hale battled health issues, including significant weight gain that impacted his public appearances. His life took a somber turn when he was diagnosed with cancer in the 1990s. He passed away from the disease in 1990. At the time of his death, Hale left behind a legacy marked by warmth and humor, but also shadowed by personal struggles and health battles. His contributions to television continue to be remembered, while the more mysterious and challenging elements of his life reveal a complex character behind the iconic role. Russell Johnson became widely recognized for his role as Professor Roy Hinckley, the intelligent and resourceful castaway on Gilligan's Island, which aired in 1964. Johnson's Hinckley was a symbol of hope and practicality amidst the absurdity of the island's daily struggles. The character showcased his comedic timing and ability to deliver clever lines, becoming a fan favorite. Away from the show, Johnson's life took several unexpected turns. Following Gilligan's Island, he faced challenges that included typecasting and struggles to find substantial roles. He appeared in various guest spots and films but never quite recaptured the fame he achieved. He battled the shadows of his past, including the loss of loved ones and the disappointment of a failed marriage. Johnson was also candid about the toll of fame and the pressures of Hollywood. He passed away in 2014, but his legacy lingers, with fans often reminiscing about the charm he brought to television. Last known information shows his enduring influence in pop culture. Phil Silvers, portraying Harold Hecuba in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, brought a unique depth to the character. Hecuba was a con man, relying on schemes and cunning to survive on the deserted island. Silvers infused the role with a mix of humor and cunning, effectively creating a character that, while often comical, hinted at darker ambitions. Silvers' performance stood out, showcasing his knack for physical comedy and sharp wit, echoing the complexity of his own life. After Gilligan's Island, Silvers faced challenges, including typecasting and declining roles that limited his career. While he enjoyed some success on stage and in other television roles, his struggle with alcoholism was a constant shadow. His personal life had its hardships, including a turbulent marriage and complications with his children. Scandals lingered, notably his alleged dispute with co-stars over pay, reflecting the pressures of fame. As years passed, Silvers remained a staple of American comedy, but faded from the limelight. The last known information suggests that he passed away in 1985, leaving behind a legacy of laughter intertwined with an air of mystery and complexity. John McGiver portrayed the enigmatic character of Lord Beasley Waterford in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. While his role as the wealthy, pompous English nobleman was amusing, it foreshadowed the complexities of McGiver's own life. Born in 1913, McGiver's career began in the theater, where his distinctive voice and presence caught attention. He later transitioned to film and television, becoming well known for his comedic, yet often melancholy characters. Post-Gilligan's Island, McGiver faced various personal challenges. He battled with alcoholism, which marred his professional relationships and health. In 1970, tragedy struck when he suffered a heart attack, leading to a decline in his health and career opportunities. McGiver's life was also shrouded in mystery. He he rarely spoke of his private life, and rumors of unfulfilled romances circulated. He passed away in 1977, leaving behind a legacy of intriguing characters, but also a sense of unresolved questions about the man himself. The last known information indicates he remains a figure of fascination in both comedy and drama, his life a reflection of the roles he so masterfully portrayed. Denny Miller portrayed Duke Williams in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, presenting a charming yet complex character that captivated audiences. Duke, a famous movie star, was created to challenge Gilligan's innocence and highlight the show's themes of fame and identity. Miller's performance stood out, balancing humor with moments of tension that reflected the darker undercurrents of celebrity culture. After Gilligan's Island, Miller faced several personal and professional challenges. He struggled with typecasting, often unable to escape the shadow of his role despite appearing in various films and television shows. His career waned, and he took up work in other fields, including real estate. On a personal level, Miller faced significant hardships such as financial difficulties and the loss of loved ones, which deeply affected him. Despite these challenges, he remained resilient. The last known information suggests he lived in the San Fernando Valley, California, until his passing in 2014, maintaining a low profile amid rumors of struggles. Michael Forrest played the character Ugundai in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. His role was that of a dignified African chieftain who encountered Gilligan and the castaways during their adventures on the island. Forrest brought a commanding presence to Ugundai, not seeking to be a caricature but, instead, representing strength and depth. After Gilligan's Island, Forrest's career continued in television and film, featuring in various shows like Star Trek and the animated series Spider-Man. However, the trajectory of his life was marked by personal challenges. He faced hardships, including a struggle to find consistent work in Hollywood after the show's end, leading to financial difficulties. He also encountered controversy during the 1970s related to alleged backstage disagreements that colored his relationships within the industry. Despite these challenges, Forrest later turned to voice acting, finding success and stability in that field. Recently, reports indicate he is living a quiet life, having distanced himself from the spotlight, reflecting on a career that was both illustrious and tumultuous. Strother Martin played George Barkley in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island. Martin's character was the wealthy, self-absorbed friend of the millionaire Mr. Howell, adding a distinct flavor to the show. His performance was noteworthy for embodying a blend of comedy and arrogance, which became memorable to audiences. Known for his unique voice and facial expressions, Martin's portrayal of Barkley showcased his talent for comedic timing in a series that often revolved around quirky circumstances. After Gilligan's Island, Strother Martin's career flourished, with roles in various films and television series. However, his life had its darker moments. A series of personal hardships impacted him. He battled alcoholism, which contributed to strained relationships and frequent struggles within the industry. Despite these challenges, he continued to work, appearing in notable films like Cool Hand Luke, where his famous line, "What we have here is a failure to communicate," resonated with many. As he aged, Martin became more reclusive, seeking solace away from the Hollywood spotlight. His last known information before his death in 1980 reflects a quieter life, far removed from his earlier fame. He passed away due to complications from a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy as an actor who navigated both the comedic and darker shades of life. Many remember him for the roles he played and the raw vulnerabilities he shared. Don Rickles appeared as Norbert Wiley in a memorable guest stint on the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, showcasing his talent for insult comedy, even in a light-hearted setting. Norbert Wiley is a character who presented a challenge to Gilligan and the castaways, unleashing Rickles' trademark sharp wit and acerbic humor, setting him apart from the usual comedic roles of the time. This role brought Rickles into the homes of millions, further solidifying his reputation in the entertainment industry. After Gilligan's Island, Rickles continued his career, performing at countless venues and appearing on numerous television shows. His ability to roast anyone in his path drew both admiration and occasional anger. Rickles faced hardships, such as the struggles of fitting into a changing entertainment landscape, where his style sometimes clashed with evolving audience tastes. His personal life bore its scars too. He endured the loss of his beloved parents and dealt with the tragedy of a daughter's health issues. In his later years, Rickles found renewed fame through various film roles and appearances, including a notable part in the animated film Toy Story. His journey also contained periods of deep reflection, as he acknowledged his own insecurities and fears, particularly about aging and relevance. Rickles passed away in April 2017, leaving behind a complex legacy of laughter, tinged with moments of personal darkness. Forever remembered as a comedic legend, yet a man who struggled with the weight of fame and loss. Last known details indicate that his legacy is honored through ongoing tributes from comedians and fans alike, shaping the conversation around comedy's evolution. Richard Kiel played the role of a Russian agent in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island titled The Producer. His character, a menacing figure, added tension to the light-hearted setting of the series. Kiel's imposing stature and deep voice made him a memorable villain. His performance showcased his ability to shift from comedy to drama, emphasizing the threat he embodied. Following his appearance on Gilligan's Island, Kiel's acting career took flight, leading to iconic roles like Jaws in the James Bond films The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker. Despite his success, Kiel faced several challenges in his personal life. He battled struggles with weight, reaching over 300 pounds at one point, which influenced his health. After peeling off the weight through a rigorous regimen, he underwent a transformation that allowed him to take on different roles. Kiel endured personal tragedies, including a tumultuous marriage and a car accident that severely restricted his mobility. In recent years, he lived a quieter life and battled health issues. He passed away in 2021, leaving behind a complex legacy marked by a mix of success and hardship. Gilligan's Island remains a beloved series long after it first aired in 1964. The show's unique premise of 7 castaways trying to survive on a mysterious island captured the hearts of many, combining humor with the challenges of isolation. Each character brought something special to the group, from the goofy Gilligan to the clever professor and glamorous Ginger. The series sparked unforgettable moments, like their failed escape attempts and the iconic theme song that many still sing. The cast members faced ups and downs in their careers after the show, with Bob Denver, who played Gilligan, finding fame forever tied to this role. The enduring popularity of the series reminds us of simpler times and the joy it brought to viewers. Did you watch this during your childhood? What memories do you have connected to Gilligan's Island? Share your stories in the comments below. We would love to hear how this classic show impacted your